Okay guys, so we're going to do this milk bottle now, and let's take some strategy. So this time you guys are going to be introduced to another tool called the loft tool, and we're going to try to control the shape of this as it starts to flow upwards. Again, let me remind you, there's many different ways to model, but this is just my way of showing you introducing you to certain specific tools. So again, it's going to be kind of a deep dive into drawing. So I'm going to draw a rectangle with a radius. I'm going to put the center option for now, and then type the center to 0, and that way it grows within the 0 part. And we're going to go, let's say it's going to be about yay big. You know, if I had drawn, it'll be easier, but anyway. So maybe that's going to represent the bottom of my my milk bottle, and then I'm going to make a copy of this, Alt, and then maybe make that one a little bigger. So it's going to transition from here to here, kind of in a, I guess, in a little radius. So we're going to learn how to control that, and then it should go straight up. So I'm going to make another copy of this thing, but yay here. And actually, as a matter of fact, let me go to my front view here and put this thing kind of next to it. Wow, that's pretty good. And then so it's going to come straight up, and then it's going to start to curve. So I'm going to say up to here. And I'm going to reduce the size of this to roughly the neck size. Maybe it's too small. Then actually from here it's going to start transitioning into a circle at the top. So let me come up here and draw a circle from the 0 and just bring it slightly. And you notice that, like, I don't click here off some angle this way. I'm gonna try to keep it in line by holding down Shift and keep it in that axis. And I can do that. I think that'll be pretty clean, but maybe that I want to taper it a little bit, so I'll put that there. And then I'm going to take this and raise it all the way up. And then once I get here, I'll start to adjust these things separately. So let's just kind of see what we're dealing with here. And let's just make our first shape and see what we get. Okay, so we're going to go to Surface tab, and I believe, where's my loft? So this is my loft tool right here. So I'm going to select from here, and you notice that I'm kind of selecting from the same side. If I go here and click here and click here, it'll have a tendency to twist my surfaces. So I'm going to first accept that and see what I get. And it tells me, yeah, it's going to go in a revolve, and I'm looking at this, and you see how it's nicely patterned all the way down. So I'm going to accept that. And then here's a thing. It's going to say, hey, it's going to try to flow through that and kind of make it a curve. No, I want to make it tight so that it actually tries to stay closer. Let me see. Maybe I'm going to go straight section instead, because I can kind of curve it. So there's all these different options. Or you can go uniform, which I'm not really digging. Let me go back to normal, and you know what? I'm gonna add one more control line to this thing. So let me escape out of here, because I can use the line curve tool to help me control this a little better. So I'm going to take my curve tool and my control point and then go from here. Let's say I want to come straight down. Actually, probably I'm going to go shift, come straight down because it tapers a little bit. And then I'm going to have 3 points on the same arc, which gives me tangency. I click there. And then here, I'm going to click here and then go horizontally. And I can adjust that later, so I'm going to leave that alone. And I'm going to come back down to kind of keep it along that edge. Another curve here. And then use these last two curves like that. And then I could kind of adjust the curvature of this by adjusting these curves a little bit more tighter. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, I'll take that. Okay, so I kind of drew an outline of what I want, and hopefully this is going to work. We'll see. So again, we'll go back to Loft, which is right, Surface Tool, and then I get this thing Lofts, and I'm going to select from the bottom up or top down, either way, but you want to kind of be in a consistent direction. All right, so we're good. And then you see how the seam is kind of, oops, I'm being kind of anal here, but it's kind of twisted, right? So I'm going to escape out of that, go back to Loft again, and kind of click more precisely how I want that seam to be. And it's really not doing it. Okay, you know what, I'm going to accept it. And I'm going to set align curve, and I'm going to use this curve to align. And it really didn't work. Alright, failure is good. I think what I'm going to do is to control this curve a little bit. I'm going to add more control sections here. To help it to say, hey, stay straight in this area. And then same thing with this guy here. I'm gonna give it a small little neck here. And just another one, just so that it transitions a little bit easier. And I'm hoping that'll do it, guys. So again, let's go back to Loft. If not, this would be a total disaster. And I shouldn't have deleted that section, because if not, I was going to try something else. But these are the beauties of kind of giving you guys somewhat of a live demo as much as possible, although it is pre-recorded, because you can kind of see the various kind of things that happen. All right, so here is just trying to kind of go blah right here, right? But it's a little bit more controlled. So let's go to, like, let's say a loose. That feels much better. You can go uniform. Now, I think the loose is probably the best option here. So I actually like that. I'm going to just accept that. So there you go. So that's close. It's a close cousin, right? So let's try something different. I think I have a different strategy here. And again, these are all artistic freedom. You guys will create your own kind of 3D model. So in order to try to keep it straight, I'm going to give 3 straight dots kind of curve it here. Give it a little shoulder. Let's see. Yeah. Then come straight down. Try to control it by coming straight. Just having these 4 dots straight in line will try to keep that shape as close as possible. So I'm going to come down here. And keep it in line, keep it in line. Come here, keep it in line. I think I'm going to just accept that there. Alright, so then I can kind of finesse these guys a little bit. Try to I think I'll keep that. So and then this shoulder here, I think there's like a multi-compound curve happening. So it's, let's see, I'm gonna hit F7, nope, F9, nope, F6. Which one's all snap? Just turn that off. Alright, so I'm going to try to maintain some decent curvature so that I have this S curve going back down. Alright, yeah, this looks pretty wonky. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sweep the other way. I'm just going to use, whoa, what's going on here? Wow, so I'm running into all sorts of problems, guys. So when I was snapping, I'm zoom select it, remember? Like you see how it's snapping to all these crazy things. So what do? Remember set point. I told you guys are going to use that a lot. And then the green is, red is X and the green is Y. And then I'm going to set it back to 0. So now you can see it's kind of nice and lined up, thankfully. Okay. So now this time, let's try to do a sweep. Sweep 1. So the rail is going to be this. It's going to follow this pattern. And my cross section is going to be that. And you can see, ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. That's not going to be good either. Let me try sweep 2. Basically give it 2 rails to try to control that shape. So that guy and that, oh, that guy, oh, hold on, this guy, that guy, and then this guy is my section. There it is. So it's close. So if I had this drawn a little bit more accurately, I think I would have gotten a milk bottle. But anyway, yeah, the shoulders obviously are not correct. Let's see here, hold on. What's really cool is that I believe these curves are still tied to the sweep. So if I bend, oh no. I think I could connect them together so that when I bend it, I can edit it. But anyway, I think this demo is a little bit of a disaster. Hopefully not really. Hopefully you guys are learning. But I think I'm going to just keep going here. And so we have both of these bottles. They're obviously cousins of the milk bottle. And then let's just, you know, put some material on there and render it. So I'll just layer it, so because they're all on the default. Let's put in glass. Let's see if they have better glass in here. They have like a thick glass. Let's go to gray glass. And if you increase the index of refraction, it becomes more kind of distorted. But anyway, let's take a look at what that's going to do. Okay, so here's the glass. And of course, if you had, objects in the background that was more solid, you'll kind of see through it and all that other good stuff. And of course, if you had a logo of this, it's a simple decal right on here. So hopefully you guys can do a better bottle than I did. Hopefully you guys can experiment and explore. And again, just have fun, guys. We'll see you next time.